What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about a couple sets from the Scarlet and Violet era. We're going to start with Prismatic Evolutions, which you can see on screen. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about Surging Sparks. If you guys live in Canada, you'll probably know why, but I'll explain that when we get there. And then finally 151, and then I'll try and kind of talk about everything and put it all under one general theme and concise this video down for you guys. But starting with Prismatic Evolutions, and we'll look at the ETB specifically. These were about $110, $111 maybe 2 weeks ago at this point, and that's kind of when the Sam's Club announcement came out, and those bundles were going to hit for like $49.99 or whatever it is, right? I'm in Canada, guys, so I don't track the Sam's Club and Costco bundles to the T. I don't know exactly what the retail is, but it was cheap. People were getting a very good deal. Obviously, people could go in and scalp and then flip them instantly and make $20 to $30. And when I saw that announcement, I kind of figured these ETBs were going to drop to like 90-ish dollars. They could even potentially go lower just because I read somewhere that there was going to be like 150 to 400 boxes or units per store, and it was going to be estimated to be like 150, 200,000 total. And I don't know what the exact number is going to be, but I imagine that it was going to be enough to push the price down on these ETBs. But you can see here, it kind of did start that way. We're down to around 99. I'm sure you could see sales around 94, 95 on TCG Player, but we're already back up over the past couple days to around $109 on TCG Player. And this is kind of confusing to me. And this is again where I want to look at secondary sources outside of TCG Player. So tomorrow we will be doing the spreadsheet update for regular ETBs. We'll look at Prismatic Evolutions on eBay and try and get a better idea of what's going on, because this really doesn't make sense to me that it goes from 99 back to 110 in like 2 days. I imagine that there's a lot more out there still that needs to be churned through. I've been trying to get a better idea of if these are still in all stores or if they're sold out everywhere, if some stores are still waiting for product, just to kind of figure out what's going on. But it kind of seems, right, when I listen to maybe other YouTubers in the space or just people commenting on Reddit, YouTube videos, stuff like that, it kind of seems like around $100. A lot of people are looking at Prismatic ETBs and going, yeah, this is probably a very good deal at like the 6 month, 7 month cycle for this set. Guys, I mean, $100 for Prismatic ETB. If you look at the value in Prismatic, which I know has come down a lot, and again, that was to be expected. We weren't going to see a $1,600, $2,000 Umbreon just hold at that level. That was very unlikely. It was kind of expected a lot of these cards were going to get slashed in price. But even at its current level, I mean, like, people are coping the fact that it's like 2 to 3 times higher than a lot of these other SV era sets, maybe even 4x some of them. Probably even 151, it's pretty close to 4xing that right now. I haven't checked the total set value in a long time, but it's a lot higher than basically everything else in the SV era. And for that reason, I mean, these ETBs should be more expensive. That's also neglecting the entire point about the EV promo card in the set, which has like 45,000 pop at PSA. So people are clearly opening these regular ETBs to grade those promos. But if you guys are considering buying this Prismatic restock and trying to load up on ETBs, maybe just wait till tomorrow if you're in the spreadsheet, kind of see what eBay is looking like. Again, I do think that it's not going to be close to 110 average sale price here. I think we're going to be down into the 90s again, maybe TCG Player for whatever reason, just because they don't have as many sales on the platform compared to eBay and some other marketplaces, that maybe this just gets skewed a little bit. I'd be really shocked if we're actually already back to $109 on the Prismatic ETBs. But if that is the case, we're going to see these start to climb again fairly shortly. But I do think there is a decent amount out there. So just keep an eye out for Prismatic. I will say though, I'm only buying Prismatic and 151 currently. That could change in the future, and if it does, I will let you guys know. Now moving on, Surging Sparks, kind of the same deal as Prismatic. We're getting lots of bundles. You guys have the Costco one coming in the States. I don't know if that's confirmed for Canada. It seems like you get an ETB and a booster bundle. I'm not sure if I brought up a photo here. Yeah, you can see this. So you get a regular ETB, you get a booster bundle, and then I think there's supposed to be like a double pack where you get 2 ETBs and then 2 bundles for $124. Those are apparently dropping in August, so sometime this coming month. And it's really interesting to see what's going on here, because I don't actually know if these are all from the initial wave or if Pokemon's going back and reprinting regular set ETBs now for a set like Surging Sparks. And the reason I bring this up and why I question this is because you guys in the States, you normally get your Costco bundle, you normally get, and normally in Canada too, we get a Costco bundle, but you guys also normally get like a Sam's Club bundle for each kind of specialty set, whether it's Crown Zenith, 151, Paldean Fades, Prismatic Evolutions. When that happens, up here in Canada, we usually don't get restocks at Walmart for the regular ETBs when that happens. But this time around, Walmart has been restocking Surging Sparks regular ETBs with a limit of 6 per customer. And to put that into perspective, when they were doing Prismatic earlier this year and then Journey Together, I think it was a limit of only 2. I've seen 151 bundles pop up. That was a limit of like 4. So the fact that these ETBs now are limit 6 up here in Canada, it's interesting. And it just seems like there's probably a little bit more out there. It's also not selling out right away. And up here in Canada, we're definitely paying a lot more than you guys would through your Costco and Sam's Club bundles. The regular ETBs are listed now for like $90 Canadian, which is kind of ridiculous. We've also got a lot of Surging Sparks booster bundles over the past couple weeks. Over 1,000 plus, like the Walmart thing shows up, 1,000 plus have sold over the past month. And those are listed at $49.92 Canadian. So that's about what, $40 USD. And they're limit 6, but they're also not selling out. Like they're still in stock and they've been restocked. You know, the first day was like maybe 2 weeks ago at this point, 10 days, something like that. So it's probably somewhat a combination of people just not wanting to buy as much product as they were willing to buy maybe, I don't know, 5-6 months ago, but then also there just being like a healthy supply of the product hitting stores in Canada. I've also seen, at least at my local Walmart, they've started restocking some Pokemon product. Like there was Destined Rival Sleep Boosters, and there was lots of them in there. Again, up here in Canada, we're charged $8.92 for a sleep booster Canadian, which is insane. But there was at least product there, and because for the longest time they weren't even holding product, they didn't want to sell it in stores. That was back in like January, February when they announced they weren't going to be doing that, at least at my local store. So it's good to see there's some product there now. We still haven't seen anything like 151 in retail stores, at least where I live, for a very long time. And I think most places now, 151 kind of passed. The last real restocks we got for this was like Zapdos boxes or what was the other one? Alakazam boxes up here in Canada. Those Walmart.ca restocked maybe 2-3 months ago at this point. Around Christmas time, we got a lot of booster bundles. And you can see if we go to the 1-year chart on the 151 booster bundle, it's right back here. You can see where this price dipped a lot from around 65 all the way back down into the 40s, and retail price here in Canada was like 35, 30 USD. So it was great to load up on these. But we're getting to a point now where I just don't know if we're going to see more 151. If we do, I imagine it's going to go very fast. Even if Walmart in Canada or the US, if they move their prices up, I still think the 151 will make sense. I mean, they're selling the Surging Sparks basically at market, maybe a couple dollars below market price for their booster bundles. The ETBs, same sort of deal, maybe a couple bucks below market. I think if 151, if they do a fairly generous offer like that, it'll sell out rather quickly. And I know this video was a little bit rambly, but the point I'm trying to make is that I don't know for sure if these were from Wave 1, the Surging Sparks, and if they weren't from Wave 1, and if Pokemon has gone back and reprinted Surging Sparks ETBs, then basically all bets are off the table for something like Prismatic, like Paldean Fates, like Destined Rivals, Journey Together, Twilight Masquerade. Like any of these sets at this point could get more ETBs, and we could have kind of like a Sword and Shield 2.0 situation where Lost Origin, Silver Tempest, Crown Zenith, a lot of those sets got very large ETB reprints. And again, I could be wrong about this, but it's just based on my experience, and Walmart in Canada at least never really restocking the ETBs when you guys get them in the States. And this is kind of like the first time we've seen that happen in a very long period. So as always, you guys can let me know in the comments down below what you think. Are you buying Prismatic right now? Are you buying any of the Surging Sparks restocks that we're seeing? Are you buying any 151? Again, these are the only 2 sets I'm buying right now. 151 and Prismatic Evolutions. Everything else I'm not touching. If that changes, I will of course let you guys know. If you are shopping on eBay, TCG Player, Hobbiesville, I have affiliate links down below. They're free and easy to use. I get a small kickback, so it's a great way to support the channel. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.